weekly streams 2 weeks after, but I had a lot of things to do and to finish. So I thought today is a beautiful day and I'm traveling, and so why not to do the uh, live drawing today? And I have a beautiful easel, which I remember I used it a long time ago, but it's very light and uh, and easy to open. So I'll set up myself. So I am in a traveling mode, and I am somewhere in the middle of Europe in February, and it's very beautiful and very, very warm. Finally, it's warm here. So in fact, I am actually rather off, and let's prepare for our drawing session. So I'm standing next by the road because I've been driving. I have a meeting in about 2 hours, so I still have to drive there. So I'll do a quick 1 hour drawing session, and uh, and then I'll jump in the car and we'll do. That's why I'm next to the road. But there's a beautiful light. Look at this light. 4 p.m. Is it 4 p.m.? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is usually a beautiful light and perfect, perfect, perfect. Today, and today I will do my absolutely favorite subject, which is landscape. Love landscape, draw it many times, and I'm now in a beautiful countryside with wonderful fields and forests. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So first I'll do with my charcoal. There's a car passing by. Uh, Love charcoal. Do lots of sketching in charcoal, and so we'll do it today as well. Maybe I'll put the camera a little bit further away so you will see better, and I will be there. So if you missed me for last 2 weeks, what I was doing, I can officially announce that. And what I was doing is I am gonna have a very busy art spring, which is starting from March. My first exhibition in spring will be in Monaco, and it will be 15th anniversary of the art space called LiveStream Contemporain of Monaco, which I am running for last 15 years. 15 years I am holding exhibitions, my exhibitions of those artists as well. And we will celebrate as much as we can 15th anniversary of being an independent art space in Monaco. And then in early April, I'm gonna have an exhibition together with three other famous artists in Paris. The exhibition is called Body of Paris, and it will feature the works of two famous photographers, Antoine Poupel, the photographer to Crazy Horse and Zingaro, and Jean-Christophe Bayot, who is the famous photographer for the books published by Louvre, Institute Monde Arabe, and uh, other institutions. And the third artist is my old friend from Iceland, Snorri Asmundsson. And if you don't know who is Snorri, I highly recommend you to check him on Google because I think he is the best performance artist of our time, and you have to check him out. He's just absolutely wonderful. So right now I'm sketching. I see the people coming in into the stream. So I'm sketching a landscape somewhere in the middle of Europe, and it's a beautiful landscape with a little bit of tree and lots of fields. And if you don't know, I had a whole series of landscape paintings and drawings called intellectual landscape. And so this can be one of these kind of landscapes. I am sketching with the charcoal. So I have willow charcoal from Sennelier, I'm guessing. And yeah, so that's what I'm sketching. So back to the stories about the exhibition. So uh, four of us will exhibit in Paris and Place de Vosges in early April. And if you're in Paris, please come. We'll be happy to meet you and to greet you. And then afterwards, I will be flying to Japan. And if you don't know, I do exhibit in Japan almost every year, minus the COVID times. And I love Japan, and Japan loves me, so we have we love each other. And I'm happy to exhibit there my work about um, sumo. I had a whole series about sumo, and this time I'm collaborating with the museum of the very famous sumo champion Taiho, Taiho Yokozuna. Sadly, he passed away about 12 years ago, but he is still the one of the greatest uh, sumo champions in history of sumo. And so I created a series, and it will be exhibited in his museum in Hokkaido. So um, you will stay with me, and I'll show you Hokkaido. Hello, Green Dragon. I'm happy to see you. I am very well. I am in travel mode, and I am in the middle of nowhere with the beautiful fields, and here is the forest. So yeah, I'm feeling great. And I am. Today is a landscape day, so no flowers, just landscapes. So that's my plan for this spring. That's why I was busy and I'm preparing, running around, doing arrangements and uh, doing different um, meetings with artists and sponsors and media. And that's why I couldn't be last week here on the stream. But I will try to do at least once a week stream from somewhere. So like this today, I am in the field, which I am very much enjoying. There's no people here, so very easy. And the weather is absolutely wonderful. There was sun just a few minutes ago. So anyway, I'm just doing some of the road. So this is the ditch, and the ditch is usually a round shape. So I will put a little bit of this kind of round shape. And the road is going this way. So at some point it will turn, and so ditch is going here, and let's say the forest is a little bit darker than what I'm thinking about it, so at least on this side. This is a pine forest at the very back, and the road is very picturesque as always. Here is a little bit of pavement, and there is a grass over here. Ooh, a little bit of wind, which is not really what I am looking forward when I'm sketching, but I have a clips, so in case I'll be clips in my work. So this one is a field which probably goes this direction. So I'll just do a little bit of this. Yeah. Now the most important part is to fix it because it is charcoal, and the charcoal is, if you don't fix it, it'll be all gone. So I will sign it. I remember once I took a car and I went to paint actually. So this is drawing, but I did the painting with the oil and I parked at the end of the next to the road because it was just a beautiful landscape. So I parked there, I opened my booth and I start painting in the booth because it's much more easier to open small easel and there's your palette and everything. And every second car will stop and say if I'm okay, if I need a help, if my car is working well. So it was very nice. It's very charming, but it's like every 5 minutes I'll have to be distracted and answer the questions, which is like for artists, we don't like to be distracted. So here we are. This is my charcoal drawing. If you like it, thumbs up. Here we are. I'll probably try to show you oh, show you the model. And here is the model. Alright. So now I will fix it and then I'll do one with ink. Speaking about my box, this is the box is from the spicy egg roll from Japan, which I love eating, but the box is just absolutely perfect for the charcoal. And so each time I'm in Japan, I'm bringing the fish eggs, spicy fish eggs. I'm eating it with pasta, and then I use in the boxes so I can be. Uh, they can be my sponsor for this kind of reason. So while I am fixing, I'll read your comments. Hey Aurelie, thank you, Green Dragon. Okay, so now I know a little bit my charcoal. So to fix it well, it's better it's flat because if not, it can be running down and it will be disaster. This is the smell that nobody likes. I don't mind the smell of the fixative. It's definitely not the smell of the nice freshly baked bread, but you know, it's one of these smells, technical smells that you have to adjust and digest. Here we are. So again, we fixed it. So now I will do. Oh, look at you see that if you don't remove this, it will do. So I'll try to save this one because it's make a mark. Okay, well, let's make a little bit of mark, but it's okay. So what I will do, I'll do the ink. Ink will be easier. We don't need to fix it. Um, Today I have a French ink from Le French Bourgeois. Uh, it's Chinese ink, extra fine, so extra difficult. I managed to open it and tick, 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 tick. ASMR. Honestly, I don't really use this ink and this brand, so let's see how it is. It's very, very liquid. I do like my Japanese ink, which is not so much liquid. So, as I did the road, I can do now the road with the forest because there is a road and the forest. And I need to attach it because if not, it will be flying up. Oh, here. So now the road will be on this side. And there will be a little bit of field on that side. So this is the road. Does look a little bit Japanese design, calligraphy. Do I have another clip? I have another ink, and I was thinking to take my other clip, and of course I forgot it. I forgot about it. No, we don't, so I have to somehow to fight with this. So what can I do? I can do with my battery or ink. Ink. Here we are. Hopefully it will not move. Here we are. So the road is done. There is the field and forest is coming here from this kind of small hill. So what I will do is I do the I honestly very, very love working outside. It's just such a bliss to work outside, painting nature. First, the nature is always everywhere amazing. I don't know any natural seat in the world that is not by itself beautiful. And when it's such a calm and nice weather, when it's not no winds and everything, it's just pure bliss to work in this kind of spaces. So this is my trees, and here we have a lot of cosmos, and trees are another beautiful subject in the history of art. I mean, trees are very unique, and they are just every artist I think has to draw tree or try to draw the tree. They are pretty tricky because they are such a different shapes and forms and colors, but then they are just such a not moving model. So when you're an artist, you understand when everything is standing in one and doesn't move. It's just wonderful. And sometimes the trunk is just amazing. Um, in fact, I should be going somewhere and just drawing some trees, which I probably will do. So here we are. I have to make it. There is a pine, pine trunks are very light. So in fact, the undergrowth will be darker, and then the pine trunks are gray. And I'll do the I will do the things. So these are the pine forest at the very back of the second field, and the tree has to be a little bit maybe round shape. Okay, I have to say that this ink is pretty nice, though it's not fat ink like the Japanese ink that I love to work with. But still pretty nice. It definitely has the Sumie effect, which is a little bit grayish and it's a little bit light color, but then it's very liquid, and so it's very easy to work with it, right? So this is here. I have a small kind of torn uh, pine tree. So other trees, I think they're birch. This is the pine, so that's will be a little bit different from what it is. Every car is a little bit standing and waiting for me to see what I'm doing. Okay, and then we go here. So this is the forest, and I can see there is a gaps in the light in the forest. Here we are. So here is the ditch, which is kind of going this direction. And here is like a small hill from the ditch, because ditch is always kind of hilly, right? And here is the field. So the field, there are two fields here. So one field will be going this direction. And here is another field, and so I'll just do this. And the road is finishing somewhere here. Here, maybe what I will do, I'll do a little bit of small, tiny branches, and yeah, I think that's will be it. Signature. Forget to sign, so let me sign first. Uh, Done. Here are another landscape from this side, and let me show you how it is. Still wet. That will be this side, so it will be a little bit like this. So up. So as we did the beach, the beach, the forest and the field, I'll do the field with the trees on that side because there are a couple of very beautiful ancient oak trees. I think they're quite old, looking like how they are positioned. They are definitely oak. So I'll just put to dry. Up. And let me turn in a way that you can see it and I can paint it. Okay, so here we are. So here we have a very green field, which is this one, and the field is going fine enough like this in this shape, because probably it was cut on some points in a different shapes. And yeah, I have a sun behind me. Yeah, winter sun, it's white sun. So this is the very old oak trees, which is already half kind of dead or half alive, I'll say. Half alive. About a month ago, I was in the Italian city Bari. It's on Adriatic Sea, and my first time there, I very enjoyed to be there. It's a beautiful ancient city. I don't know whole city. I was there only for a day, but I visited the museum of Bari, art museum, Pinacoteca of Bari, and they had a wonderful, beautiful um, painting of the tree from I think 19th century or 18th century, and it was just very, very beautiful. Just was a painting of the tree, but it was just those those trees and those paintings of the trees which make you want to have it, put it on the wall and watch it. It's just absolutely wonderful, wonderful painting of a tree. I'll be posting maybe it later in my chat here. So somebody write them in there. And I remember when I was a young artist, like about I don't know, 10, 12, we have on my street of my hometown, we had a wonderful huge tree. Sadly, they were cutting it later, maybe 2 years later it was cut. But I was so amazed on that tree that I was sitting every evening in the spring. I will go and I'll sit and I'll draw it, and I draw it in a parts because uh, the tree, when you're a young artist and you don't know how to measure, how to compose your painting, your drawing, you start from the top and then you go and then you see another branch and another branch and another branch. So I did a very smart thing for a young kid. So I started drawing the top of the tree and I see that I don't have enough paper. So I took another paper and put it next to it and I just started doing another branch and then another branch and then another branch. So at the end, I think I used about nine white pages, papers to draw the whole tree. And still, I think I still have that uh, collage or like mosaic of tree made on different sheets. But that's how, if you don't know how to measure and compose the tree, I think that's a trick. You just have to, if you have a landscape and you can calculate it in your head, you just have to put separate pages, separate piece of paper, and then just put it, and then just if you don't miss a little bit of space, just put it on another paper, and then frame it in one frame. And that will be your. It's a tip for people who wants to know how to draw the landscapes. So here is another field at the back of the tree, and let's go here and. In fact, it's coming here, but there is a farm or it's a chicken coop or something. It's like a, so I'll just put chicken coop in here. Up. Actually, a quite new chicken coop. It's looking pretty fresh to me. And the chicken coop has a little bit of. I thought I was standing on a pretty calm road, but no, there's a lot of cars passing by. So behind that field, there is a lot of trees as well. So I'm just will do a lot of some fields here to make it look. And then behind there is actually the whole forest. I think it's actually really the forest. It's a big private forest of somebody. So I'll do the forest somewhere over here. I'll just do it in a line. There is a tree here and the farm. And a little bit more trees. And here is I think it's a new farm because they planted a small trees here. So it seems like they built it not long time ago. So here we are. So here, this is the major field, and then this one is a little bit. It all depends of how they was planting. Depends on the tractor how he was going. So usually these graphical lines is how the tractor was going around the field, which always give a little bit of ideas about how we can construct the field on a paper. So here is the field, which is not probably, maybe it's not a field, it's a kind of pasture for the cows because it doesn't have any uh, lines. So it means it was not worked by the tractor. So I just do this kind of small, small pasture thing. And then here, there will be the big lines because more near to me, I see it better. When it's very at the far, I can't see it really. Ooh, wind. Okay, where's my clip? There's a strange sound in the forest, but I think it's two trees that collide. Up. Here, what would I add? I add probably a little bit of vegetation just over here, just a little bit, because this land is not worked by the tractor. So yeah, I made a little bit of wind, please go back down. Thank you. I just do a little bit of small lines in here. Yeah, signature, and it's done. Things here now, and another landscape. Yep, it's going to dry inside the car. And let's do another landscape. What can I do? Maybe another road. Why not? Another road. I will do actual landscape with a landscape. So landscape format is when it's flat, horizontal. Yeah, vertical is that one, horizontal. So let's do horizontal roads. I have to say that I've been inspired a lot, and actually I start painting landscapes thanks to David Hockney. Because about many years ago, I went, funny enough, to the uh, private museum in Las Vegas, and I think it was in Caesar Palace. They had at that time they had a uh, art museum by this casino, and that's the first time I actually saw the landscape by David Hockney. And basically, that landscape of, I think it was a um, landscape of the English countryside, and it's make me think about what is contemporary landscape, and if landscape is contemporary, because at that time we're speaking about, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, uh, the landscape, all the figurative art was counted as a degenerate art, like old style, old fashioned, and nobody interested in it. So it was a very big revelation for me to discover the David Hockney, who is probably right now is the biggest real artist who can paint, who can talk, who can do the craft. And yeah, and I went back home, and at that time I was traveling a lot by train uh, from Monaco to Paris. And from Monaco to Paris, by train, it's take about 7, 8 hours if the train is late. And I was sitting next to the window usually, and one day I thought, like, why to waste all this time sitting on a train when I can uh, paint or sketch this beautiful landscape. I end up creating this beautiful series, which I call the intellectual landscape. Why is it intellectual landscape? Because when you're on a train and you see that the landscape is changing every second, because the train is it's a fast train TGV, which is going 320 kilometers per hour, and when you see this landscape, it's make you think. smack you to use your brain and to force it to enjoy this kind of very fast landscapes outside of your window. So that's why it's intellectual, because you have